everybody? Give me 1 second. Welcome. Got some new joints playing for y'all. Yeah, like for some reason my iTunes is acting stupid and not playing. So yeah, usually, you know, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, we're not gonna let that hold us back, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna let it hold us back. So how's everybody doing? You know what I'm saying? Who we got that's hearing this in the house? What up, Marcelo? How you doing? How you doing? So yeah, today we're gonna talk about Stand. This is gonna be a shorter one because I mean I can kind of give you what the verse is pretty self-explanatory. I'm kind of gonna kind of talk about my mindset in asking Slug to write this with me, and as well as kind of give some insight to why I wanted this song to be on here, and also play you the original version that we actually recorded it to. So it's going to be, a nice little treat. But it's going to be short, short and sweet. I'm not going to go through all of the lyrics because, again, it's self-explanatory and, it's more of a back and forth between me and Slug, so I don't want to put words in his mouth about what exactly he meant, but, you can pretty much tell, if you're paying attention, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Everybody doing well out there in them streets? Is everybody doing well? I'm doing okay. What up? What up? Much love from Canada. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man. It's if you still plan on getting a wax, you gotta make that move soon. They're all almost sold out. Most people have gotten theirs in the mail already. If you haven't gotten yours in the mail already, it is coming. Some of my international orders are taking a little longer than expected. So, and I'll post something on my socials about that tomorrow. Yeah. So, this beat is dope. But yeah, so we're going to get in the stand. Unfortunately, my computer is being dumb. So I'm going to, everything's freezing on me. I don't know what's up with my computer. So hopefully I don't freeze on you guys. And I can just roll. I think we're going to have no music this episode. No background music. Because my computer is being dumb. It's not allowing me to do much. As far as my music goes. So I'm just going to cut it off. And I'm just going to roll with, vocals and see how this rolls. Other than playing y'all the original. And again, this is going to be short and sweet. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with my freaking Windows, man. Sometimes Windows is not the lick. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try one more thing real quick. I wasn't trying to plan that. But yeah, let me try something. Okay. All right. Did that work this time? All right, word. I think we might have something here. But yeah, so we're going to get into Stand real quick. And yeah, man. So this song is a very important song for the album. And I believe, it's not even playing. Forget it. Just all out of sorts today. But yeah, this is an important song for the record. A lot of you, if you've been following this, know that I had an issue with my biological father not really being there, not really being part of my life, and, also not really being supportive. So I was raised by my stepfather. And he was a good man. None of this is to bash him. None of this is to discredit the things that he did in my life and the way that he really taught me how to be a man, showed me, a lot of things that men do, and really gave me a blueprint, for how I would want to raise my kids in some ways that I didn't want to. And the thing about this song is, initially, so let me give you a little background on how the song actually got formed. So Slug and well, Atmosphere. I think it was Atmosphere and Idea and Abilities. Were doing a show in Cincinnati. This is where Blueprint lived at the time, and we had spoke. That knew that he was going to be in town, and told him I wanted him on this song, and explained the concept to him and everything. And he's like, "Yo, let's just write it together when I get there." So, and when that's what we did. So when they got in town, I believe it was only a couple hours before the show. He came over to Prince's house, and we played him the beat. And actually, I'll play you the beat that we originally recorded this to, but neither one of us had our rhymes ready, and we wrote the song right there on the spot, which is why it's so conversational, which is why it goes back and forth the way that it does, and why it flows the way that it does and fits together so well. It's not, back then we weren't really writing over the internet like we do today. There wasn't a lot of file sharing and things like that. I record my verse and send it to you, and you record your verse, kind of thing happening, because everything was really on hardware. There was no real DAWs. I think Pro Tools was really the only thing popping back then. So yeah, we had to record in the same spot. Usually it was rare that vocals were sent through the mail or through the computer at the time, because the internet was still young. So Slug came over, and we sat in Blueprint's basement, listened to the beat play over and over, and I wrote my part and he wrote his, and back and forth we went. And it was really dope because there was the whole premise of the song was just, yo, I'm the son, you the father. I got some things I want to get off my chest about both of my fathers. And this song was really directed more to my stepfather at the time, but honestly to both of my fathers in ways, my stepfather and biological father, because both of them did some things that were, that I would deem that a husband shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And that a son shouldn't have to witness his mother and father go through. So, so I'm going to read through the lyrics, and we can, if anybody's in the chat, if you guys have any questions or anything, that would be cool. But yeah, so let me see. So the lyrics, start out, and this is a conversation between me and my father, or Slug. So, hey, Dad, yeah, what's up? Take a seat. We need to speak about your actions as of late. It seems you've lost yourself and are now on a search for fate. There's no debate. How can you equate happiness to making ripples in the lake of flames you create? Every time you search your mind to find ways to down my matriarch, full of yourself just because you're the patriarch. I'm making art, and you're making a mess of the time this family has left in the flesh. And then Slug, whoa, hold up. Now let's wait a minute, son. From where is this coming from? What are you saying? Are you attacking my behavior? What's done is done. And I've done what is what. I'm not trying to be defensive, but I don't understand the questions. And the thing is, like, because this was more about me getting my things out, Slug played off of them beautifully. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Steven? Or Stefan? Or Steven? Whichever. I'm sorry, Sorensen, bro. Yeah, like Slug played off of everything beautifully. And yeah, if you're just now joining us, you'll notice there's no music playing in the background because my computer's being a punk. iTunes is being a punk. Everything is nothing's playing like it should. Nothing's doing the things that it should. So I'm going without music today. So yeah, and Slug played off of everything. Steven, yeah, what up? So, okay. So yeah, Slug played off of everything beautifully because a lot of the things that I was saying were really directed at my stepfather and biological father, like actual feelings that I had that I needed to get out. And a lot of this record, a lot of Celestial was about feelings that I needed to get out. A lot of it was about emotions that I had bottled up and I didn't know how else to express them, but through writing these lyrics. And fortunately, I had, producer like Blueprint behind the boards to give me the perfect backdrop to get these emotions out. Um, so yeah, so Slug played off of everything beautifully. So Slug's this is where comes in. Whoa, hold up. Now let's wait a minute, son. From where was this coming from? What are you saying? Are you attacking my behavior? What's done is done, and I've done what is what. I'm not trying to be defensive, but I don't understand the questions. Now, the beautiful thing about this, which is why it sounds like a real conversation, is because there was no, I write 4 bars, you write 4 bars. It was just, I was going to write until I said what I needed to say in that part of the conversation, and I asked Slug to do the same, which is why the song sounds so perfect, so like a real conversation, because it wasn't like, okay, I only got 4 bars, so let me just fill in these 4 bars and then you go. It didn't sound so formulaic. It sounds like a real conversation piece where even, like in the beginning when it's like, when I started out, hey dad, him saying, yeah, what's up? Like that wasn't planned. Just when I recorded my parts, he recorded his, he told Print to start at the beginning and he added little nuances, little subtle things like that to make it very, make it sound like a conversation. So his part, I'm not trying to be defensive, but I don't understand the question. Were you posing as a man of care and love, help for years? This is me talking. Were you posing as a man of care and love, help for years? Now I feel the tears that pierce my heart as spears from my mom's eyes, catapulting my anger as taunted time flies, but time is an Icarus. It'll fall soon enough. Hopefully before that you'll wake up and break from the mental makeup handcuffs. This is no bluff, no game. I'm not playing. See the straight face? Then even when he comes in and says, yeah, I can read the straight face. Like that wasn't planned. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, when we recorded, I left spaces in there for him to add little things. Then I hope this make you see how blame tastes. Well, wait, let me get this straight. The child that I've created is debating the food I've got on my plate. Have you had the chance to taste the seasoning sprinkled about my thinking and my reasoning for how I keep on keeping on? He played this perfectly. And honestly, I've never really had these conversations with my actual fathers. Probably my stepfather a little more than my biological father. But Slug played these in it. And, because Slug played this part so perfectly, I almost feel like I don't need to because I've already had the conversation. But, now wait, let me get this straight. The child that I've created is debating the food I got on my plate. Have you had the chance to taste the seasoning sprinkled about my thinking and my reasoning for how I keep on keeping on? Okay, so then I come back in. How you what? Keep on looking outside, mom, for pleasure. How you keep on behind life's beat by one measure, not caring that you're walking down a path of endless laughs, glad to be in last place encased in a lower moral class. I don't see how you can be content to be part of family history as an unsympathetic low life with strife fueling you. I'm not hearing you. You're a man. I'm a man. Go find a woman in a piece of land. Leave me to stand. And that refrain, that Slug came up with, which was beautiful, by the way, really really summed up the song, in a nutshell. Because one of the things that I've learned as a father, and having children that don't necessarily understand why I do certain things, that don't necessarily understand the purpose behind me telling them to do certain things, that don't necessarily understand the benefit of listening to me or listening to their mother or listening to elders, period. It's something with this generation of kids where they don't think that anyone older than them actually knows what they're talking about. And it's a scary feeling it's almost a helpless feeling as a parent to see your child going a certain way and tell them that they're going the wrong way and them not listen. And, I did it in certain ways, you know what I'm saying? And my mom did it. My parents did it. Most people do it. Some people get way off track. Some people don't get that off track. Some people are a straight line and, they don't wild out until they become grown. Sometimes it works that way. But I didn't really understand a lot of the things that my fathers did until I became one. I didn't understand why my biological father, well, I understand why he wasn't there because he was locked up. But um, even after, being released, still not really getting close to me. And, as a father, I wanted to run. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, sometimes hide under a rock and not, it's easier, to avoid the responsibility of raising another man and, hoping that the information and the instruction that you give holds some weight and helps them become better people in the long run of existence. Um, so yeah, again, Slug played this part beautifully, and the things that he was saying, I was able to bounce off of and get my points across because, like I said, like we wrote this in sequence, which is again why the conversation sounds so natural, is because I wrote my part. It's like, okay, this is what I got. Now you come off of that. He write his part. This is what I got. Then I would come off of that, and I was able, because he played the part so perfectly. What up, Coop? I was able to get the things out that I needed to get out because he knew where I was coming from and felt the direction of the things that I wanted to say. So, you're a man, I'm a man, go find a woman and a piece of land, leave me to stand. That refrain again sums up this song beautifully because it's just more saying, you know, go live your life and, you're a man. Go live your life, and then we can talk about it once you put your stake in the ground, once you plant your flag, once you make your history. Then come talk to me about the things that you think I'm doing wrong. So moving on to the second verse, I'm just going to read through. Leave me to stand. And the thing is, we wrote this all in sequence. It wasn't necessarily planned on being two verses. That's the beauty of Prince production. He turned it into, two verses and broke it up with a little vocal sample. But I come in on the second verse because he just said, find a woman and a piece of land, leave me to stand. And then I came in, I'll leave you, but not to stand because you're conceited. Thinking the planet revolves around your way of thinking, sinking into your quicksand of drinking and fornicating. It's so amazing how many view love as a plaything. And then Slug comes in. Is that what this is about? Yo, I love your mom, and I love her till the day the universe breaks and the earthquakes take away all the birthdays. On top of that, I broken my back and succeeded in giving my people everything my people needed. In fact, the only thing to suffer from my selfishness was myself and my own mental health. My bones, my heart, my pride, and my right to find my truth, and the mistakes I didn't get to make as a youth. Then I come back. You must be making up for the mistakes now because you're making a whole hell of a lot of them. Your pride, it needs to be swallowed down to the pits of digestion. I'm guessing on my little brothers, you don't want to leave a good impression. So I'm stressing that I take responsibility for my actions and don't run from them. How can someone not respect the human prospect that comes from them? This is Slug. It's not a form of disrespect. It is what it is. I'm just trying to find the travels that my shadows, or I'm just trying to find the shadows that my travels happen to miss. I'll tell you what, when you've seen and smelled the scents I've been dealt, when you wear the pants and the belt, when you finally find the patterns to yourself, maybe then and only then it might be then you can pretend to help. That's my favorite part of the song. Because when Slug, this ain't a form of disrespect. It is what it is. Like I can feel this as a father so much. I'm just trying to find the shadows that my travels happen to miss. I'm just trying to find the things that I missed growing up, and I'm trying to impart those things that I missed to you. And I'm not going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But when you wear the pants and the belt, when you're the man, you know what I'm saying? When you finally figure out who you are, then you can try to help me. Then you can try to tell me about myself, because then we'll have equal footing. Then we'll really start to understand, then you'll start to understand really where I'm coming from, and we can have a real conversation. I really love that. I really love that piece. But then I came back. But see, I found my self-worth. I'm trying to help you find yours. I've trudged through this garden of marksmen and knee-high apple cores, parallel my face to the floor day after day until I made up in my mind that I was going to have to find my way. I'm trying to say that I've been through a lot, maybe not as much as you, but it probably didn't take as much for me to wake up. True indeed, you're my father, but fathers also need counsel. So take criticism, listen before giving, and swallow that mouthful and slug. Well, the poison doesn't flow that far from the flower. You got your own thorns to regret and be proud of. He did such a great job. I understand your questions, your skepticism and anger, but sometimes there's no right or wrong answers. Well, of course not, because in this life, change is the only constant. I'm just trying to understand why you're bathing yourself in nonsense. Check the content. You're a man, I'm a man. Go find a woman and a piece of land. Leave me to stand. So, really, this is a conversation between a father and a son. And I'm actually looking forward to having this conversation with my sons at some point when they get older. But in this conversation, I'm speaking as young Yo Logic. I was 16, 17, and dealing with, my stepfather. I never really called him my stepfather. He was there since I was 2 years old. So to me, he's my father. But just so you can understand the difference in who I'm talking about, my stepfather, he wasn't the greatest, shower of affection. He wasn't the greatest support system for my mother. He did be out. He was out there in them streets. You know what I'm saying? And so he wasn't always doing the things that he was supposed to do. That's why I say that, both of my fathers kind of taught me how not to be as well as how to be. My stepfather especially, great man, always a fantastic work ethic. If nothing else, he taught me that a man gets up and he goes to work and he takes care of his family. And, one of the things that I pride myself on throughout my life is that as long as I've had a family, I've always had a job. I've always been able to provide for them in some way, whether it was through music, whether it was through a 9 to 5. I've always been, there to provide for them. And that's something that I credit to him for showing me and being an example of. And, as well as giving discipline when it's necessary. But still being a friend, but he'll beat your ass if you need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something that he definitely did for me. And it was much appreciated. And, just a lot of things. There was good times with my mom. There was times when we laugh and joke. There was those times that we sit in front of the TV and watch the Cosby Show and Different World and football games and basketball games. And, so I have really good memories, and he made the household. It was a great place to grow up, but everything wasn't always peachy between my mom and dad. So there was times that I had to, take my little brothers in their room and close the door because mom and dad was arguing or fighting. So there was those times, but I think the good outweighed the bad in the long run. But the reason that I needed to write this song is because I needed at the time to have a conversation with him, my stepfather, really about the things that he did wrong. And, sprinkled in are things about my biological father. But for the most part, this was directed at my stepfather. And, again, he was out in the streets. He was, looking outside mom for pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing certain things that I didn't think a father should do. So, and this was my way of calling him out on it. I don't know if he has ever listened to this song, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's ever listened to this song and really took those words to heart. I've never, because we have a great relationship now, pretty good relationship. Like, we talk regularly, probably a couple times a month, you know what I'm saying? If not on the phone, through text. So it's nothing, no animosity or anything. I just think I needed to get this stuff out. And I was really in a place in my life where I wore my heart on my sleeve, and my sleeve dripped into my pen all the time. Like, I always, whatever I was feeling came out. Whatever I was feeling ended up in a song, on an album. Some songs were more abstract than others. Some songs like this one were a little more straightforward. Again, I don't think that there's a lot that I need to explain about this song, but it was really, me just kind of getting my getting my feelings out and getting my emotions out to my step pops. So, um, yeah, that's really all I got on Stand, man. Yeah, it's a really, really, really dope song. And now I'll play y'all the original joint that this came from. Again, produced by Blueprint, of course, but this is the original joint that we wrote to and recorded to before Blueprint changed the beat. Stand original version now, and it's on tape, so excuse the quality.
Hey Dad,
Yeah, what's up?
take a seat. We need to speak about your actions as of late. It seems you've lost yourself and are now on a search for fate. There's no debate. How can you equate happiness to making ripples in the lake of flames you create? Every time you search your mind to find ways to down my matriarch, full of yourself just cause you're the patriarch. I'm making art and you're making a mess of the time this family has left in the flesh.
Whoa, hold up, now let's wait a minute, son. From where is this coming from? What are you saying? Are you attacking my behavior? What's done is done. And I've done what is what. I'm not trying to get defensive, but I don't understand the question.
Well, you're posing as a man of care and love. Help for years, now I feel the tears that pierce my heart. As spears from my mom's eyes catapulted my anger as taunted. Time flies, but time is an Icarus. It'll fall soon enough. Hopefully before that you'll wake up.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little taste. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all a little taste of that joint, how the original sounded. But yeah, man, Print ended up changing the beat up, to something beautiful, and the rest is history. Um, so yeah, if you guys have any questions about this joint, that would be dope. Um, you know, yeah, this is one of those again, like most of the songs on this record were really personal to me, because again, I was in that time where I was, I had a lot to say, you know what I mean? And again, I wore my heart on my sleeve, wore my emotions on my sleeve, and anything I had to say, I was just fucking, I was writing it, you know what I'm saying? Anything I was feeling was coming out on the page. And, this was one of those things where I had some assistance, and I hit, Slug with the assist, or Slug hit me with the assist, and it was a beautiful thing. So I think we got one um, that is definitely one of those for the ages. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I told you I wasn't gonna be in front of y'all long. What up, Martel? But yeah, let's see. Do I have any announcements? It feels so weird with no music playing because I always have music playing. But yeah, for everybody that ordered the vinyl, I'm sorry for the delay on some of the package. All of the domestic packages that were pre-ordered have been put in the mail. So if you haven't received yours yet, you should be receiving it this week. I'm sorry for the delay. It's been hell. My wife has surgery Wednesday, so pray for us, to remove the cancer. She had two types of cancer, so it's a big surgery. So I've been dealing with that and just a lot of things in the last month. So I'm sorry if I was delayed or if your packages were delayed. And international packages, they are coming. I had some issues with some VAT information that I had to get for my UK people. And but yeah, most packages should be out by now. About 90% of all the pre-orders are out. And if you ordered anything recently, I will be trying to get all of those out later this week, if not later this week, early next week, because my wife will be in the hospital after her surgery. So I'll really be with her for the rest of this week after Wednesday. So I may not be able to get your packages out. All the people that ordered for the Black Friday sale, I really appreciate it. It did really well. If I don't get your packages out this week, tomorrow, most likely I'll get them out next week once, I'm back home and my wife is, back in a place where, she's comfy. So, but yeah, man, it's been beautiful going through this album. Next week, I said I was going to do it this week, but I kind of forgot about my wife's surgery. So next week, I'm going to try to finish up. We have My World and I Wish He Would Make Me. And I'll talk about the Say the Word as well as the bonus joint on the record. So I'm going to try to finish up the album. I appreciate that, Martell. Thanks, man. But I appreciate that. But so next week, I'm going to try to finish this up. I'm going to try to do My World on Monday. And hopefully I Wish He Would Make Me on Thursday or Friday. And finish up all of, the album, get done with all the deep dives. And that way I can, start putting out, I got a few interviews, a good amount of interviews for the 5 spot that's in the chamber. And got some other ideas that I'm going to be working out. I did talk to people last week about me possibly doing a deep dive into, some of my favorite songs by some other artists and really breaking down their lyrics as far as what I think they mean and, breaking down their rhymes and rhyme schemes and how they influence me and things like that. So I'm going to prepare some things like that. I'm going to do another Groove Food, if you guys checked out the first one where I just kind of played beats and played unreleased joints, and just some other things. So after next week, after I finish going through the deep dive with Celestial, I will be going directly to YouTube. So if you guys are, normally checking me out on Facebook or Twitter, please subscribe to my YouTube page so you guys will be notified when I do go live or when I post new content. Also, if you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Twitter, usually I do the acapella version of the song or verses. And this week, because it was me and Slug going back and forth, I didn't get a chance in prepping for my wife's surgery and everything. I didn't get a chance to record the video, but I do have something special planned for this particular song. So I'm going to try to knock that out over the weekend. And that'll be on my YouTube page. And so a lot of cool things coming. Keep following. Next week, we'll try to wrap this thing up and, move on to some other cool things. I do have interviews. I can give you just some of the people that I have lined up for interview or that I have interviews with already that I haven't played yet. Got an interview with Alaska, interview with Rob Sonic. So, those are just 2 names that I'll throw out there that I have in the vaults that I will be, hitting y'all with. So thank y'all again for listening. You know what I'm saying? It's a Logic. If you haven't, checked out the Celestial Clockwork vinyl and you still want a copy, there probably are less than 50 available. So if you want one, hurry up and get one. And yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have anything else to say. I think you guys have really gotten, everything that I had to say about this. And I'm glad I got to share it with y'all. And I hope that y'all join me next week. All right. Peace. Nothing is working over here. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for checking me out. And I will see you guys next week. Word. Peace.